After all the horrific trauma that I have endured, I thought that was enough for a lifetime until 25 years ago today. 25 years ago, I was a 17-year-old girl. I was engaged to my fiance. I was 3 months high risk pregnancy. I was told I needed to terminate, and I had refused to do that. That day, my fiance Mike was supposed to be going and picking up our son's furniture and some furniture that we had just bought. They were supposed to be going with a box truck. So I unexpectedly got called to work. So I was a nurse aide, and they called me in all the time. I made very good money, so I would go when they told me to go. So I went to work, and I had been talking to them on the phone, and they were supposed to be getting the box truck and going to pick up the furniture. So of course, in nursing, you always get off late because that's how it works. Anyway, I got off late, and I was just expecting that they had already got the furniture and they returned the box truck and all this stuff. Well, I'm on Millsboro Road out in Galleon, and I come up to an accident. I was stopped because there were, lights everywhere and all this stuff, lights, ambulance, police cars, all this stuff. So I'm sitting there staring. I'm staring at this car that resembles my mom's car, but she was such a hot mess. I mean, a huge hot mess. Like, she had just gone missing for 5 or 6 days up in Detroit. Her and her friend, who was the police chief's sister, I'll just leave that at that. They were up there for 5 to 7 days along with one of my stepdads. That day before I went to work, my stepdad called me from the bus station here in Mansfield, and he said, "Your mom tried to kill me. I need you to come pick me up. She tried to kill me. She tried to have me killed in Detroit." Which, whatever, they were freaking nuts. Like I've told you, intergenerational crime. I mean, it's what I grew up in. It was pretty normal to me. So I really didn't think anything about it because it was normal to them. So I picked him up and taken him back home. So I thought maybe he got in an accident and there was a reason why this car was here. I wasn't really sure at all. But I was staring at it and I was like, nah, no way. So I drive home, and by the time that I get home, my whole driveway is filled with people. And I was like, what is going on? So I seen the police car there, and I still hadn't made the connection. I still wasn't connecting it because none of it made any sense. So we get in there, and everybody's like flipping out, and the police officer tells me, Mike has been killed in a car accident. I'm like, on Millsboro? Because I just sat there and watched it. Like, I had no clue that was him or anything. And I couldn't for the life of me figure out why he was in that car, why there were two other people in the car. None of it made sense. He was supposed to be in a box truck getting furniture, not in a little neon car. Like, that just didn't make any sense right away. Well, the first thing my mom says is, don't worry, I've had him take blood from the scene of the accident to prove DNA, which I wasn't even thinking about that, but okay. So that was the worst, absolute worst trauma in my whole life. He had died, and I didn't know how I was going to make it. I don't know how I got through it today, except for my child having a baby inside me. That was the only reason, because I had been through so much trauma up to that point. I mean, if I wouldn't have been pregnant, I really would have. That would have been the last straw, my 13th reason for sure. So I knew that I had to be strong. I knew that I had to be the things that we wanted to be for our children, the things that we didn't have growing up. So I knew that I needed to do that. And that became the most important thing to me, was being everything I could for my child. And that's what I did. I did my best job at it. I met my husband, and we've been together since my son was 4 months old. So he's been his dad his whole life. He knows nothing but his father, and he's been the best father. And I believe spiritually, God removed a horrible situation and put the person that was supposed to be there in there. And that is what happened, because if Mike and I would have stayed together, it already was getting abusive. We already were from horrifically abusive backgrounds. We had no knowledge of what a healthy relationship was. He was so crazy and jealous and all this kind of stuff. It would have eventually led to something terrible. So I believe that God protected me in that manner, this way, and give me the life that he wanted me to have, the life that I have deserved. So I know everything happens for a reason. I couldn't understand that at the time. It's taken many, many, many years, lots of years of therapy. I did 10 straight years of therapy after this. Like, it's taken me a lot to get through this. It was the hardest thing I've ever been through. And I've been through some hard stuff, but that was 25 years ago today. And I'm proud to say that our son is just thriving. I mean, he moved out of state to literal paradise, and he is just thriving. And I couldn't be more proud of the person that he is today. And I'm thankful for everything that has happened in my life, every single thing, because there's always been a reason. There's always been a reason, and this is it. And now I'm finally living my life, no longer in survival, but thriving. And it's a beautiful feeling.